Hello everyone, welcome back to Grandma Jane's World, where today I'm gonna make orange scones. I've always wanted to make a scone and I've never tried it. This is the first time, so bear with me. There's a lot of different bowls and keeping it organized here will be a challenge, but I'm gonna try to do it. So I used to get these at Starbucks and a lot of people think, oh, they're just hard and, no flavor. Yeah, they're really good. The trick is you have to warm them in the microwave for like 20 seconds or whatever, and it changes the whole texture and everything of a scone. And I love orange ones, orange glazed ones, as well as blueberry ones and cinnamon ones. They're all great. So I'm getting this from the cookbook of Magnolia Table, Joanna Gaines. And I thought, oh, this is the first recipe I've tried of hers. I'll give it a try. Okay, first of all, we start with 2 cups of all-purpose flour in a bowl. And then we add the baking powder. I had to run to the store because mine was expired, and I knew that would mess up the scones totally if I had expired baking powder. And then baking soda as well as kosher salt. All right. It's all done, and they say to whisk them all, kind of blend them together in a larger bowl, and then in a smaller bowl I'm to whisk the egg and sour cream and set aside. So that is 1 large egg that I have in here, and 3/4 cup of sour cream. Add that together and whisk that together. Kind of hard to do, actually. Whisk the egg, whisk the sour cream, and then set aside. So I'm getting there. Takes a little bit of time to get that egg incorporated in that sour cream. Beautiful day today. It's 50 degrees and sunny. So I'm enjoying it. Gonna go out with some friends later. Gonna listen to some music after we eat. Should be kind of fun because I haven't done anything like that for a long time. So that'll be kind of fun for me to do. Okay, and then I'm gonna set that aside. I finally got that incorporated. And in another small bowl, place the sugar, which is 1/2 cup, and the zest. So I did a little orange zest over here, and you need a tablespoon, excuse me, I think it said teaspoon of orange zest. And kind of get that incorporated, it said, a little bit. Push that and put the back of the spoon, the orange zest into the sugar. Until well combined. Stir, and then stir the mixture, the sugar mixture, into the flour mixture. Okay. We can do that. All right, here we'll change bowls positions here. And we'll just mix that in. Stir the sugar mixture into the flour mixture. Even smells good with that orange zest. And then I'm gonna add the frozen butter. And what I did, I took a 1.5 sticks of butter, unsalted, and I cut it into 1-inch cubes and then put it in the freezer. It's supposed to be frozen. Kind of interesting way to do things. And what you do next, I don't use a pastry blender. I've never had luck with those. They always seem to get clogged up with flour and stuff. So I just use a fork. And I just grab a fork out of my drawer here and add the frozen butter using your fingers or a fork. I use a fork. Blend until the mixture is pebble-like. And that takes a little time, especially since it's frozen. So I think I'll cut out and come back when that's done. Hey, I'm back, and it took me a while to get this mixed in there to have it be like a pebble size, the butter in this flour mixture. It's when that butter is frozen, it is hard to work with. So anyway, now the next thing I do is stir in the egg sour cream mixture until the dough forms a ball. It says to use my hands, but I hate to do that. Anyway, get that in here. I'm gonna use a spatula. Always feel a little awkward when I haven't done a recipe before, but it's going okay so far anyway. So anyway, let's see how this mixes in. You said use your hands if it's easier. We'll see. I'm going to try to do it with my fork. Like I said, I don't use a pastry blender. I usually use a fork. For some reason, I have better luck with that. But whatever works for you is fine. Okay? Then, once I get this incorporated good, it takes a little while to get all this, these mixtures combined. Then I will divide it in two, put it on this flour my table here, my board, and form it into two halves, cut it into two halves. There's still a lot of flour to be blended here. This takes a little to get this all incorporated. Okay, so that looks pretty good, and my oven's ready at 400 degrees. And I'm going to put flour on the board here, and then when you're going to blend this until it forms a ball. Well, it hasn't really formed a ball yet, but it's getting there. I think I can get my hands involved here now and kind of help it get into a ball shape. Has those little lumps of butter all over in it. The texture is funny. Never worked with anything quite like this. So, anyway, once I get it more into a ball shape, there's a lot of flour in there yet. Okay, here we go. Kind of take it in sections here. Then I can put some of it out on the board and work the rest until I get that formed into a ball. My fingers are full of stuff. I'm gonna get cleaned up here and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my mixture all out in the table here, floured table, and I've got it in two round pieces that are about an inch, 3/4 to an inch thick. So now I'm gonna cut it into 6 wedges. So we'll cut this way, and then we'll cut so they're wedged about that big, and then across this way. That makes 6 on this one. This one's a little smaller, but that's okay. And then I'm going to cut it across this way, and I'll cut this one in half too. Whoops. All right, then the next thing they say to do is to put parchment paper on a cookie sheet and then place them on there. So we're getting closer. I'm going to bake these at 400 degrees for, let me see, about 13 to 15 minutes is all. Then I'll be back to put the orange glaze on, and I'll show you how they make that too. It's sounds delicious. So you only have to have one orange and a little orange juice and a few other things. Unsalted butter again. Look at these. They're not all uniform, but it's my first time, right? It's that batter. It was sort of hard to handle, I thought, because it was hard to get it to get into a dough ball. It really took a lot of mixing with that frozen butter in there. So anyway, I'm going to put these in the oven, and I'll be back with the frosting part, glazing part. I'm back, and they actually baked up real well. Look at this one. And it's tasty. It's like sweet and delicious. So anyway, now we have to do the glazing, and that's going to be an orange glaze. It's 1 3/4 powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon orange zest, which I've already got right here, 3 tablespoons unsalted butter that's melted, 3 tablespoons of fresh orange juice, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and she put in 1/2 teaspoon of pure maple syrup, and I'm not gonna, because I just like the orange too much alone like this. So I just mix that all together. And take your scone and just drizzle some glaze on it. It'll thicken up a little more too. And there you have it, a delicious orange scone. Really, they turned out great. I hope you try them. I hope you like them. If you have them later in the day and they need to be warmed up, just warm them up. And that makes a huge difference. It doesn't take long, like 20 seconds or whatever. So have a great day. I love you, and take care. Bye-bye.